Welcome back. A deeply troubling new study claims at least 26,000 Texas rape victims have felt compelled to carry their pregnancies to term since our state banned nearly all abortions. Now, as we've reported on multiple occasions, a supermajority of Texans support exceptions to our state's abortion ban for victims of rape and incest. And this study would seem to deepen that sentiment. And yet this enormous number set off alarm bells with not just me, but others. A quick check of FBI crime stats indicates there were less than 20,000 rapes reported in Texas during the 16 months of the study. Now, even when you factor in unreported sexual assault, that 26,000 estimate would require the vast majority of rapes to actually result in pregnancy. Now, there is also respected research which has established the frequency of rape resulting in pregnancy at around 5%. Panel, this is a serious issue, but frankly, those seeking to regain lost reproductive rights do their cause no good by generating what appears to me as deeply flawed, highly inflated propaganda under the guise of research. Bill, I'm going to start with you on this. You agree?
Yeah, so I actually wrote a column back about almost a year ago where I advocated for a rape incest exception. And the polling shows that up to about 15 weeks into the pregnancy, 89% of Texans think there ought to be an exception. Okay, so this is not like a controversial thing among Texans. What bothers me about this is that this is one more step in completely destroying people's faith in institutional authority and credibility. This came out of JAMA, which is a very widely respected medical journal. When we looked at this back in the spring, and our estimate was it was maybe something between 500 and 2,000 rapes in Texas resulted in pregnancies. And that was after we talked to OB/GYNs. We did a bunch of study on it. I'm confident about those numbers. So this is 20x what we came up with. And all you're doing, folks, when you come up with this stuff, is you completely undermine those of us that are trying to make a reasonable argument that we need an exception.
Chow does the incredibly valuable work of counseling some of these victims, people who report their rapes, people who do not report their rapes. I want to get your take on this.
Well, I don't discount what Bill has researched. I do believe 5 to 2,000 sounds about the right number. And if you take the aggregate at the national average, then you're looking at 26,000, which is consistent with the 2015 longitudinal study when it comes to rape-related pregnancies. And I wrote an op-ed a few years ago on rape-related pregnancies and the consistency. So those numbers do add up. The numbers that we see right now, probably a little questionable, and I do think that if you're looking at a movement to institute some abortion rights for rape and incest exceptions, then you are discrediting. That said, those who have endured rape-related pregnancies endure a lot, and I can tell you in counseling the clients we serve, it is an incredibly painful, emotional process to be raped by a loved one, a husband, a family member, and then to have to bring a child to full term. If Texans support rape-related exceptions, I don't see why we wouldn't have that exception. And that the fact that the legislature has absolutely ignored that, that's where the vitriol should go. Interestingly enough, 89% of our viewers responding to the poll say they would support exceptions to for rape and incest. Tamara, you've advocated for young women.
Absolutely. Recently, this week, someone told me that they got a text from a friend who was raped by someone they knew well. And they said that they don't know what they're going to do and they don't know if they're going to make it because they are pregnant. And they don't have the resources to leave. And they literally told them, quote, it may be better if I just kill myself. This person ain't even 30. Now, if this is what Texas wanted, y'all got it. But I don't believe this is what you intended. Because the thing about it is when you force this to happen, you're not only putting the mother, but this child, who wants a mother to have a baby that they hate? We on this show talk about the horrific child abuse stories almost weekly. They are just unbelievable what parents do to kids. Why would you set this scenario up when it could have been stopped before that?
I'm going to give you 30 seconds, Gary.
Yeah, and I think we need, I don't know that our law doesn't cover that. I actually think there's some opportunities to do that, but if the law needs clarification, it should be clarified. But I agree with Bill. Manipulating the statistics is inexcusable. I mean, it's not just, oh, it was close, child. They lied. I don't know who at this journal peer-reviewed this article, because obviously they didn't do it. It's totally bogus statistics. So just tell the truth. You can say 500 to 2,000 are having a problem, and they need to have that available in Texas.
Which is still a lot.
Fine.
Which a couple thousand is terrible.
Yeah, it is.
Why
It's
not
okay.
just
Why
say that,
lie?
you know?
Why lie?
All right.